Happy Sunday, Stampers and Paper Crafters. This is Facebook Live number 503. It is Sunday, July 19th, 2026. My name is Joy Borwedge, and I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. I live in Burnsville, Minnesota, and I have been a demonstrator since August of 1999. We haven't even been there yet. I and my friends had a in-person event yesterday, and it is now over. So this coming Saturday is going to be our event virtually. And so hopefully you signed up. Now, I am showing the 4 cards that I had yesterday. I'm not going to show any dimensions or anything like that. I'm just going to show you how to put it together. So that way it kind of gives you an idea of my style and what to expect. And there are going to be different cards using the same bundles for next weekend and for the virtual event. So everybody had a great time yesterday. I know I did. And so I'm excited to share these with you. I'll put you down in just a second. If you get motion sickness or anything like that, look away. And I'll let you know when I'm done messing around with the camera. So hold on. So hopefully you had a nice weekend. And all right, there we go. I'm twisting it down. And, ooh, that was a little pop. I don't know what that pop was from. It's not me. Otherwise, I would have felt it. All right, let's get that straightened up. Whoa, that was really off. Okay, there we go. I squish in just a little bit more. Okay, I think we're good, right? Hands, yep. Let's move this way. Okay, I think we can do that. Well, a little bit more. There we go. Squish. Go forward. Better. Okay, so again, my name is Joy Borwedge. I have an Instagram page at Stampin' for Joy. My YouTube page is Joy A. Borwedge. And I have an online store at Stampin' for Joy. Oops, I forgot to turn the lights over here. Penguin Z with 33 at outlook.com is my email address, so that if you don't have a demonstrator that you're working with, I can send you a catalog, and it would happen to be this one. All right. I also have a Facebook page at Stampin' for Joy. So what I do is I record this live on my Joy A. Borwedge page. So I'm live there, and then I download it to my YouTube page and also to my Facebook Stampin' for Joy page. And then I take a picture of today's project, put it on my Instagram page as well as my Pinterest page, and then I also put it also on my Stampin' for Joy page. So you can find my things everywhere. And so today's projects will have a hashtag number 503. So if you see them anywhere and you see 503 but you didn't see the video, then you can come to these 2 places to see the video, hashtag 503, or if it's after 30 days, you can go to my YouTube page because it will be there. All right, we have just a few things to talk about, and then we're going to get putting the 4 cards together because, as you know me, I can't do simple. Also, another place besides the catalog that I just showed you, this one is good through the end of August. So the next catalog is coming up. That will be for September through December. No mini catalog. So another place to purchase products is in the online exclusive. Now, the difference between the catalog and the online exclusives is that these products will not be featured in any catalog. Now, I printed this off so that I can see them closer without having to go to the online store every single time. Also, it helps me remember, oh, I bought it from the March exclusives or the July exclusives or even the January. And then I can go back in and highlight the ones that I have, so it helps me keep everything organized. Now, another place to purchase products in the online store is the Last Chance products. Now this, let's see, July, we came out with online exclusives. So in August, there will be an update to the Last Chance products list. And so what happens is products that are not going to be restocked go on the Last Chance products list. And then that way, Stampin' Up! Can make room for new product and also put discounts on the Last Chance items. Now these are while supplies last. Same thing with the online exclusives. Those are also while supplies lasts. Now if you find something in the online store that says currently unavailable, that means it's going to be coming back, it's going to be restocked. Now sometimes there happen to, my fan's blowing, sometimes there happens to be products in the online exclusives that have products in transit but have unavailable on it because it's in transit, it went to the online exclusive, it went to the Last Chance products list before it got restocked. So that's the only reason why you see that. Then there is the class that's coming up. It's called Metallic Magic. Now, Metallic Magic is our new hot foiling system. Stampin' Up! Just released that, and it's actually really cool. If you've seen any type of foiling from other demonstrators, I don't have it, but it is absolutely stunning when you see it in person. So you can purchase the hot foiling system and the craft class, which is 170009, to automatically get access to the Metallic Magic craft class. Or you can purchase the class, which is 171482, separately and see what the hot foiling system has to offer. Then you can make up your mind to get that system if you want to or not. One thing that I do want to stress about the hot foiling system is that it is a higher price point, but you also have to look at it's something that won't go, it's something that you can continuously use for quite a long time. And you have to have the Stampin' Emboss cup machine. You cannot, it does not work with the Big Shot. So if you have a Big Shot, it's not going to work. And so you need the Stampin' Cut Emboss machine. And the hot foiling system will come out with more products as we go on. Now also, you will earn Stampin' Rewards on this class, or the system. So think about all the rewards that you've earned so far. You can also put it towards the hot foiling system. Another way to look at it is join to be a demonstrator, and you can put this as your kit. And so what happens is Stampin' Up! Is having a new way of welcoming new members. And so in the past, you would pay $99 for the kit, okay? And then you would pick out $125 worth of product. Now, you were not able to go over that product list of $125, whatever you want. So what now Stampin' Up! Is going to do is you purchase, okay, the kit for $100. It just went up $1. Then Stampin' Up! Is going to send you a coupon for $125 off. So it works out better that if you have a long wish list, you can get $125 taken off that, and then whatever else is left, you get your 20% discount on that. So that's a really good way to go through it, because back when I was a demonstrator and I signed up, you couldn't go past that number. And so I really, really like the fact that also you're going to get a box sent to you. Now that's something that is free to all new demonstrators. Now you will get that only once. So if you end up dropping and coming back, you will not get it again. Another class that they're having is, it's already happened, but it's still something that you can purchase, and that's available. And it's called the Pretty Poinsettia. So what happens is you purchase a class at $171,477, and the bundle, which is $168,147, if you purchase that. And so what Stampin' Up! Is going to do is going to send you an exclusive invite for a Facebook page. And when you watch that Facebook page, it's going to show you how to put the products together in that class. And you can stop it, pause it, rewind it, and you will be able to access that class for a really long time. So hi Tina, welcome. And so that is the Pretty Poinsettia class. Then the product of the month for July happens to be Beautiful Begonia. And it's a two-step stamps. What that means is you have an outline stamp and you stamp that in one color, and then the other stamp you stamp that, either you can stamp off or you can stamp it in a totally and completely different color, and it creates the beautiful shading on these beautiful begonia bell stamps. And so this is the product of the month, and it's only available in the month of July or until it runs out. Now I know that June's product of the month actually didn't even make it the whole month, so they are while supplies last. So when you have an order of $75 subtotal, okay, you're going to see that banner that says, would you, across your screen, that says you have earned the chance to purchase this for $5. And so, I mean, a stamp set for $5, how cool is that? So every month when you have an order of $75 subtotal, we've had designer series paper in the past, we've had beautiful vellum, we've had stamp sets, we've had a die. So it's whatever Stampin' Up! Has for that particular month. So that's pretty cool. And then also Paper Pumpkin. So if you, right now it's July, so if you join Paper Pumpkin by August 10th, you will get 25% off your first Paper Pumpkin, which will be August 10th. So subscribe today. I love my Paper Pumpkin, and when you're a Paper Pumpkin subscriber, you will also get a chance to purchase additional products that will last for the 3 Paper Pumpkins. So like this is July, August, and September. So everything you see here will, be used somehow in that Paper Pumpkin if you so choose. And that, my friends, is all. So what we do at our event is we had 4 designers, and so we pick a stamp set or a bundle or a suite collection. And so my first one, packet number 5. So today we're gonna use number 5 just because it'll be a lot easier to pick the winners, because I have everything listed in the packet numbers. So then this way I could say packet winner number 5 wins this one. So the first one is Fern and Flora. So what that is it's a stamp set, and part of that suite, actually, Fern and Flora is a suite. I'm sorry, Misty Moonlight. No. Moonlit Flora is a suite collection, and the Fern and Flora is the bundle in that suite collection, along with the designer series paper. Now, I did not choose the designer series paper to be in this because we're actually doing a fun fold, and I just wanted to kind of show you a little bit of that. Now, each table is labeled with a number, so this one happened to be table number 5. And so what you do is you go to table number 5 and you pull out all the parts that go into that, And we hang around if you need help putting something together. And then that way you know how to put stuff together. How you doing, Tina? And Tina was actually there yesterday. So you're crazy, lady. Now you have to watch me do this all over again. And hello to your husband if he's watching with you. Okay, and let's see here. Now, this is a fun fold, and I'm going to use number 5. And let's see here. What do I want to do first? And so we want you to bring your own adhesives when you come, and we supply the dimensionals and the other adhesives that needed to go with it. Say like, I don't know, what do you call it? Double-sided tape. But everybody brings their own adhesives that they like to use. And let's see here. Okay, so this is part of the designer series paper. Okay, I lied. I did. Thank you. Thank you. I'm glad somebody liked that. And I'm just going to snip that off. Now, the reason why I do this is to show you that, hey, if you didn't come and you live near, you can see what it's like to put together, you know, because you might have some, I don't know, I don't want to be mean, but you might have somebody that, you know, does ugly cards. And now you can see the style, the type, and the designers that are at the event are wonderful. And so we all have different styles. Like me, I am a real I want to just say I'm kind of an idiot because I design a card and let's say, oh, wow, I like this and I like that and I like this and I like that. Let's make a card out of it. And then when I go to cutting everything up, I'm like, what in the world were you thinking when you designed that to be a card? I can't do easy. I really try. And where did that come from? So I know people love my cards because they tell me. One person actually did not like my cards. She said they were too picky, too putsy for the amount of people that we had, which we did not know that we were going to have our record number. So, I mean, if people would, you know, what's the word? RSVP, like not this last week that, you know, of the event. I mean, it might be a little bit more, let's see, what's the word? We would know that, hey, there's going to be a lot of people there, and maybe we should figure out something lame. I don't know. Just kidding. Barb, hi, welcome. Barb lives in California. She wasn't at the event. So, welcome. Okay, so we're going to take this, and I'm just kind of moving it all over, and so it's not necessarily straight, so that's okay. That's intended. And let's see, we're going to attach this to, where did I put my adhesive? Right there. And I like to show things to people that I don't know. I like teaching, and some people might be a little bit more advanced in stamping than others, and that's okay. This is going to be in Mossy Meadow. I don't think I said Secret Sea on that. I'm sorry. And my Mossy Meadow, oops, we're going to wipe some of that off. Let's see, so we're going to just stamp that full strength and then stamp off. And then we're going to stamp off again and then go right here. Okay, and then we are going to close that up. And we're going to go Berry Burst. And that's going to be for our greeting on the inside of the card. And that is going to say, you make the world a better place. Tap, tap, tap. Just tap, tap, tap. No squishing. We are not killing spiders. I said that to people yesterday several times. And I heard another demonstrator. When I am in my stamping room, which is my bedroom, I like to watch videos or the Twins game. And so I heard a lady say, we're not killing spiders. And I was drinking an energy drink at that time. And it almost made me snort that out of my nose. So we're going to take this and we're going to put adhesive only on this side. So I am going to just go like that. And we're going to line up that tippy point and that tippy point to that point right there. And that, oops, there's some glue boogers right there, and that's going to come off. All right, and then we're going to snip, snip right here. I just looked at the new catalog. I got my first chance to look at it today. That's going to be released to customers beginning of September. And we demonstrators get a chance to pre-order. And we're picking out our products that we're going to use for... I think it's going to be our next event in person is going to be in October. I think so. I don't know. Just going to take a sip here. It's probably going to be the end of October or the middle of October or the beginning of November. I voted for the middle of October. Happens to be on my anniversary. Let's see. So what I did is, this is the new Stampin' Positioner that came out. It is available in the catalog currently. And so I made a template. And so the template is for people to place multiple items in. And we'll see if they moved it, because I had it perfectly aligned. Now, when you deal with a bunch of people, you don't know what you're getting. What I wanted them to use was the spots. So this is Memento. And I can tell by the way this looked that people did not use the spots, because it was very colorful. And just like that. Hello, Maria. Welcome. Okay, so everybody is inked up. Whoops, backwards. All right, and we're going to do this all at the same time. We're just going to push this down and lift up. And all our pieces are right here. So I'm just going to grab my Take Your Pick tool, which is what I call my people poker, because I am the people it pokes. And, oops, that one just came out. Oh, they moved it. Okay, it got moved. So I had this perfectly aligned. Oh, well. No biggie. Yep. Make me grumpy. Oh, well, somebody's going to like it. So, oh well. I mean, it's close, right? We can snip off a little bit of that. It won't be too bad. Okay, so, I mean, I had it perfectly aligned. So that means, somebody moved it. Okay, we'll get over that. Somebody's going to win a card. And how you win is, number one, you do a thumbs up or a heart. You get entered into the drawing. If you leave a comment, that gets your name entered into the drawing. And if you share this on your timeline, then you get entered 2 times. And so I have 4 cards. I'm going to have 4 winners. So, do you want to win? You're right, actually. When this event was going on and I was prepping, you're right, I did not sleep very much. I do my lives on Sundays after 5 o'clock. And on Thursdays, I did not do a live this past Thursday, just because I stayed up until 3:30 getting ready for the event. I went through my retired product. Anything that hits the last chance products list, I actually take out of my stash and I put it in a bucket and I wait for it to retire. I know I could still use it, but I am not going to sit there and check it every single time before I use something if it's still available or not. So once it hits that list, bye-bye. And so before the event, I went through everything that was in my bucket, which was a lot. And they were all not available. They weren't able to be found. So that means that it went to the discontinued list. So that means everything that's discontinued, I brought to the event, and we sell our retired product. And I brought less stuff home, so that was good. All right, so I am just going to take a few seconds, and I'm going to color. I sit down and color, otherwise when I do this, I always stand up. So we're going to just move this a little bit, and I'm going to trim just a tad bit because this bugs me. I mean, I guess I could stamp it again and die cut it again, but I'm not going to do that. But we had a record attendance. We had, I think she said, like 57 people register. So that was awesome. And that was our highest number. I think the last time, the highest number was like 57 or 54, I think she said. So we beat it just a little bit. So now it looks so much better. And so now I'm going to sit, get all that off, grab my Stampin' Blends and my Stampin' Pearson mat. And the only colors we're using are, let's see, Old Olive and Berry Burst. Come on, let's go. And when I prepped for 60 kits, when I prep, I don't take out all the pieces that come out of here, so that is on their own time. Okay, so I'm going to start out with the dark, and I always tape my brushes together with packing tape, because number one, they should be only using the nib tips because it's so small. And number two, I don't want my brushes ruined. And I mean, I'll ruin my own brushes. I don't want anybody else ruining my brushes. Okay, so we're just going to hit a couple spots with the dark, and then we'll blend it. It's really not a lot of space to do a lot of shading, but I'm still going to have a little bit. Oops, I colored all the lines. And then we have the beloved, this one. This is the Color Lifter. And just taking that off. Hopefully that goes away. Okay, then we're going to go back in with the light, and we're just going to blend. And it's okay that if you leave a little bit of white on your design. I tend to fill my stuff in mostly. But if there's a little bit of white in there, it's okay. And I am the type of person that generally does their dark first and then goes in and uses the light after. But you don't have to do that. You can do your light first and then go and do the dark. It's really up to you. Okay, and sometimes if it's so small, I'll just dab it with color. All right, now I'm going to use the dark Old Olive. Just doing the veins. I really love Old Olive together with Berry Burst. And once I get done coloring, I'll stand up and see if anybody has any questions on anything. Okay, there we go. Thank you, Barb, very much for sharing. You're very sweet. Okay, then we are going to stamp the greeting, and that is going to be in Secret C on top of the, where did it go? My greeting. There it is. You're an amazing friend. Tap, tap. No squishing. We are not killing spiders today. And I'm actually going to put that on there so then that helps me try to be more straight. Just set down. Oh, I'm a little off on that. That's okay. We'll make use of that. You know what we'll do? We will, yeah, we'll see what we'll do. Wanted that to be up a little bit more. Let me see if I have an extra pack. Let's see if I can do better. Okay, we'll close it up for a second. We'll get out our Berry Burst. And where is our greeting? Right here. So we're going to put that back in its hole. And you know what we're going to do? We're going to clean that off. just going to clean this whole thing off. I always cut my chamois into quarters so that for me, when I do something like this, it doesn't seem like, you know, feel like I have just part of it in my hand rather than this whole big glob of whatever. All right, so let's remove this so that hopefully we can put that in the proper spot. And I'm going to take this out of camera range for just a moment because you don't want to see my head, right? I mean, not that it's bad or anything. Let's hopefully that's right. That's better. And we'll take this, whoops, go the right way, and smoosh down. Grab that stamp, and we'll ink it up. Whoa. We'll ink that up. And guess what? We're going to use this as a template because this is the back side of the one that got messed up in the first place. I cut that side off. Never mind, that's not going to work. We'll use this one, the back side, as a template to see if it works. Okay. Because it's the same design all the way around, it's equal distance. It's a little better. It can go up a little bit. So we're going to clean this off. This is what happens when you're super anal. Well, you know, somebody's going to win this card. I want it to look good for them. So, come in there and stay. And plus, it sticks to your fingers. That's not working very well now, is it? Okay, so this can go in here, and it's going to go up just a tad bit. Okay, we're leaving it as is. If it's messed up, we're going to just, you know, use the best one. Okay, the Stampin' Up! Logo faces down, or faces towards, you know, you as a stamper. And now that's moved. Grr. So, well, hopefully it's going to stay in place. So we're going to put this the correct way, and we're just going to hope that it works out. If not, I'm just trimming. That's it, right? Because, you know, we want to go home. I mean, we want to go to bed before midnight tonight. It's like, hope you guys ate dinner. Bring something to drink. There's stuff to do. All right. Okay, that actually did work out much better than the last one, so that's okay. We'll just leave it. Okay. So then we're going to stamp again on our Stampin' Pearson mat because it works better when you have a foam piece underneath. Much better. Okay, and I probably should have re-inked it, but oh well. This was used a lot, and so it's generally a little darker, but it's still pretty. And then we are going to take this, and we're just going to line that up right there. I'm not pushing it down, because my green fern went somewhere. Did it get stuck underneath something? I had it. Not under there. Not under there. Okay. Something's playing tricks on me. And we're just going to go into our secret baggie of extra stuff and grab one. See how that works? Okay. Then we're going to use the silicone craft sheet, and we're going to add adhesive on the back side. And we're going to put that, slide that right in. And I kind of liked some of my parts sticking in, some of them not. That is okay. And we're going to take a little bit of Wink Stella and shine that puppy up. And then we're going to do the flowers. I'm going to do the flowers because, you know, whoever's going to win this wants sparkle on their flowers. Okay. Then, because this is a wet pen, it grabs some of that color, and I don't want to use it on the next item. And then we're going to take, thank you, Maria, and pick me. You're not the only person that has done that, so don't worry about that. That's cute. Okay, so these are rhinestones colored in Secret C. I like to do that okay. I am not like this. Where did my other... Okay. This is the one that we did the back side of. There's my fern. It was underneath because I put tape on my blends. Well, guess what? We'll put this on the inside. That little bugger. Okay, so we'll put tape there. But where'd my greeting go? Oh, there it is. I'm going to just snip this off a little bit. Make sure. This is the one that we, there we go, see. Okay, so this is actually going to go on dimensionals, and we're going to put that, use my people poker, that's going to go right there, and right there. Stab and grab those backings, throw them in the trash, so you're not making a mess everywhere. And I'm just going to put that right there because I want to see if my dimensional, oh, it's on the back side. Well, we're going to move it so then it's not going to be seen. We're going to put it over here. And we're going to want this up a little bit more. Come on, you stay. You move. Okay, we're going to put that over there because I don't want that to look that way. So this now, and we're going to stick a little bit of glue because seeing as how we have an extra one, we might as well stick it on here, right? Put it on the inside of the card. Just a dab will do ya. I'm not going to get out my pastry thing. All right, we're going to put that right there. And then we're going to put a little Wink Stella on that. Just like so. Okay. So that, thank you, Dawn. Sorry you couldn't make it. I hope you had a good time hanging out in Wisconsin. Okay, so that is card number 5. So I'm going to put that on here like this. So then when I pick the winners, I know which one you won. Ooh, duh. I left I need to put the other one on here. There's... Okay, we're going to put that one right there because that got stuck. And then we're going to put the little guy right up here. There we go. Now it's complete. Jeez, man. Now we're going to put that for number 5 as our winner. All right, I'm just taking a drink. Okay, I'll clean the space up just a tad bit. We'll bring up table number 6. Oh yeah, I'm going to clean my stamps off. I got to do that. I have to be a good girl. Every time I use my stamps, I always clean them off. As you can see, oh, really? I'm sorry to hear that. Yeah, that smoke was just awful the other day, and I'm like, I feel sorry for all the people that have lost their homes and their businesses and all the animals that are being displaced, and they can't do anything about it. And oh man, my heart goes out to all of that. All right, so as you can see, color tends to color your stamps, and that's okay. You can still see through them. And I'm just cleaning that off, and then I will be able to put all this away, and then we'll start again because I have to make my videos for the virtual event that's coming up this Saturday. So that is that. And okay, number 6. Number 6 is using the Help Me Grow. And we also are using the Wood Grain Wonders, and that is Designer Series paper. Now it's only in 4 different colors, and you get 3 sheets of each. So if you notice that the Early Espresso is, some of it's with pecan pie, so the other side is pecan pie, whereas some of it's basic beige. And then pecan pie has some of it with crumb cake, and then basic beige, again, Early Espresso, and then crumb cake and basic beige. So they just mixed them up, and I thought that was really nice of them to do that. Then we're also using the Help Me Grow, and so these are the stamps, and they were die cut after they were stamped, and then these items are all, what do you call them? Standalones, standalone dies, and they work well with obviously other things. Okay, so let's get out stuff. And again, this is table number 6. So you, whoa, sorry about that. I smacked it. No, I started with number 5 because that was my number. And then table number 6 was my second number. So you didn't miss a lot. So that's the reason why I don't want to go, well, this is number 2, but then you see bag number 6. I don't want to be like that. So we're just starting out with 5. So here is the Help Me Grow bundle. It's an online exclusive from March. And so it's not in the catalog, and none of the online exclusives are available in the catalog. Okay, and then also I made a template for everybody to use, and I'll show you the card after of the other cards in the different colors after I get done putting this together. And let's see. So our greens and our bow, our gems, I colored those in Flirty Flamingo. And this is a tie. No, it's not. It's a handle. And okay, so let's get our handle. So what I'm doing is I use a template. So if you're doing like a lot of mass stamping, I like to make a template, because that way it helps when the colors around it are darker. And so that'll be for that. Okay, so when I do the handle, I like to use the green first, because it's a lot easier to use the green leaves to help place your flowers. Now the little tiny one at the bottom, that's your base. So stamp that, tap, 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 and I line that little tiny piece up down at the bottom. Hi, Sherry, welcome. And there is the leaves. And now we're going to take that and put that back in, and we're going to close this up for now. We will be using Peaceful Pine in just a little bit, but then we'll use Flirty Flamingo, and that's going to be our flowers. There's kind of a more of a flatter top. That's the top part of the handle, and I'm actually going to do this laying down or sideways, because that might help me see better. I just thought of that now. And if I get it, I get it. If I don't, it's good enough. Nope, that doesn't work. And there's the handle. Okay, so I'm just going to take that and put that away. And so that's stamped. Now we're going to close that up. Use that. We have early espresso, pecan pie. So we're going to do pecan pie right now. And we're just going to grab some ink on a brush, and we're just going to start off, and we're going to swirl that on our pot. And you can go as dark as you want and as much as you want. Okay, that looks good to me. I want a little bit more on the bottom. Hi, Tina. What do you mean you mess things up? Yes. You're funny. You guys are funny. Both Sherry and Tina were at the event, so that's why they're saying that. You guys are funny. All right. There is more than one way to create a card, you guys. And the person who gets it is not going to sit there and say, well, I don't like that one. It's not like Joy's. You guys are funny. Okay, pecan pie. And let's see. I did not do this, but I'm going to do it here because I can. It's my card. I'm going to do a little, let's see. This here is light basic black. I'm going to do a little flicking. I do not do flicking at mass events. You guys are crazy to think I would do that. All right, scrap piece. We're just going to flick a little bit. Give it a little dimension. Doo-doo. Okay. See, isn't that cute? All right. All right, grab my silicone craft sheet. And I put a little bit of adhesive on the pot. So there's a little slot in there. There we go. And we can put that in the pot just like that. All right. So there we go. There's the pot. Pot is done. Okay. Take this away. Put that. I'm going to put it back where it goes because that way I know where to find it when I go looking for it again. This one, we're going to stamp hello, and that's going to be in early espresso. Wait. Tap, tap, tap. Wait, did I do that in early espresso? Yeah, I did. Like, because I don't think I had Memento on here, on the table. That's okay. And trying to go too, I'm going too fast. I need to slow down a little bit so I'm more straight. And then we're going to add adhesive to the top part. That goes onto the silver. I did not bother to put in adhesive on the little sticky, on the stick, because it's not going to matter. And then we're going to stick some adhesive right there. Stick our, I think it could go right there, a little bit at an angle, and it's going to hit that spot, okay? And since we're gluing, we might as well glue our handle together. So put a little bit of adhesive on our fork thingy. And that's going to go just like that. But I'm going to flip that upside down because there's adhesive still on there. Whoops, I'm sorry. I smacked the camera again. Oh. Okay. Then we're going to flip this forward. Actually, I'm going to do this upside down, face forward, and we're going to move this just a little bit. And face forward, upside down, upside down. Okay, what we're going to do with this is we're going to grab the Peaceful Pine dauber, and we're going to, oh man, I'm still learning how to flip things in my fingers. You know, I want to do it naturally, but right now I'm a little awkward. What do you mean right now? Always awkward. Just depends on if I'm on live or not. Okay. Yesterday after the event, my husband wanted to go to Applebee's, and so I'm taking my dauber and I'm dipping it. I'm holding onto this, and I'm just going to go forward like that. So he wanted to go to Applebee's, and so, whoops, I flung that across the way. Wasn't holding on tight enough. And so we did, and then after we got home, we brought my stuff upstairs. So he brought another cart, and then he helped me bring it upstairs. And so I cleaned the kitty boxes, and I was going to vacuum everything and then put stuff away. Well, I sat down on the couch, and because my ankles were a little swollen, so I wanted to relax and just let them get back to normal and so I can clean and put stuff away. That did not work out. He woke me up at midnight and said, time to go to bed, Joy. So apparently I was a little tired. Okay, now for the fun. So we're going to open this up and we are going to grab Early Espresso. Now, this feels a little empty, so I'm going to grab some Early Espresso re-inker. Now, this happens to be the old version. It's the felt. And as you can see, it's sucking in really, really well. So this is how I fill up my ink pads. When they stop sucking it in, right now, I'm going to stop because it's going a little slow sinking in. So that means it's saturated enough for what we need to do today. And we're going to do a lot. So, in the past, where did that come from? In the past, I have done cards where I have actually separated the greens, but we're doing all one color because generally when I stamp flowers, I used to be a floral designer, so they are not the same color as the leaves. So, no. So as you see, I am twisting my table, or twisting my cardstock in, rather than turning this like this, because it's more awkward. And so we're just tap, tap, stamping off, moving it around. And it doesn't matter if it hits this side and that it didn't stamp well, because it's not going to show. All right, so we're going to take that and clean that off. Sorry about that. I had to check to see. I heard a noise and I wanted to see what it was. Okay, so then the next thing we're going to do is I'm going to leave this open and we're going to grab the biggest and more solid image. So I always start with the biggest image, more solid. And when you do things like this, you hear about pleasing to the eye. And so if you stamp in threes, it will be more pleasing to the eye. And if you create a triangle, so 1, 2, 3, that's a triangle. And then, so I'm just going to come in there. So that's a triangle, even though it's not all there. And then we're going to stamp like that. And then we're going to stamp over here. And again, like that. So it created a triangle. This could be a triangle. This could be a triangle. This could be a triangle. And so on. All right. And we can always add more later. The next bigger piece is this one. And there's something on that stamp. And this is the Wood Designer Series paper that I showed you. And it will actually be in the catalog in the next catalog. So I really, really like that. Fall is my favorite time of year. And my husband and I, we got married in October. And we, yep, we like fall. When we had our house, we would go get corn stalks and tie them up to the light post because they would have corn in them. and then that would attract the squirrels and the blue jays. Now the squirrels were then, what's the word? It took their attention from the bird feeders in the back. Distracted. Yeah, they were distracted. And so that's the reason why we did that. So, and it was fun because then you would see them trying to climb up. And same thing, we would get Indian corn. And that was a lot of fun too, because then they would take it and try to plant it. Okay, so that's the inside of our card. And there we go. Now, I am going to clean off those instruments. And as you can tell, they are not clear anymore. Well, they're colored. They're shaded. There we go. They're shaded in a Cajun craze color. And so you could still see through them. Squeak, squeak means they're clean. All right, there goes the hello. And I really, really love this set. So I hope it hangs around for quite a while. Because, you know, I may not have 12 gardens anymore, which I am so happy to say that, because I did not have to go out there and weed all those. Oh my gosh. I have 5 flower pots. How wonderful it is to say, all I have to do is water those little buggers and then we're done. Okay, so seeing as how this is, we're just going to remove that for now. And we're going to grab the silicone craft sheet. And we're going to put adhesive on the back side. And this is going to go like that, equidistant, and I'm going to flip that over and burnish, just in case the early espresso is not completely dry yet. I don't need any more ink on these fingers than there already is. Okay, then we're going to take this and we're going to add a little bit of shading to the background. And so this is going to be, okay, let's see if I can do this right. Yay! Maybe I'm just going to the wrong direction. We're going to use Peaceful Pine. We're going to grab some color on that, start off in the center, and work our way around. Now, we're going to get our pot, and we're going to set that right next to our space because I want to see it beyond the pot, but it doesn't need to color the whole thing. Okay, it just needs to give it a little space. Okay, so whoa, sorry about that. We're going to close that up. I love these magnetic sheets, or magnetic pads. I cannot wait until they join the whole family in all that. It might take me a while to do that, but still. Oh, there's some early espresso on there. Okay, grab my people poker. We're going to put dimensionals on here. Well, actually, let's put this on the basic beige and move that out of the way and grab the silicone craft sheet, which is right underneath there, and there's fingerprints all over. No, those are flowers. let's see. We are on number 6. So that's going to go in the trash. And we're going to clean off some of the early espresso that was transferred to this. And then we're going to be just like that. It's going to not move now because it's wet. Okay, let's grab out of our handy dandy extras and open up that Peaceful Pine again. Color on here, just like we're pretending we're starting over, because we are. And we're just getting about the same amount of color all the way around, a little bit of shading. Okay, that'll work. Yep. Okay. Now we're going to flip this over. There we go. Add it to the front of our card. This is actually a mini card. This is going to stay like this. Okay. Close up that Peaceful Pine again so nothing falls in it, because that's what happens to me. And don't tell me I put this on backwards. Okay, good. All right, so we're going to put on this piece. This is Crumb Cake. And that's going to go on the right here, equidistant. So pretty much like that. And then now we're going to put on, ooh, I took the lid off. So one right there, one right there, and one right down there. Come on. All right, stab and grab those backings. Oops, one more. There we go. Oops. That went into the recycling wrong spot. Okay. Then this is going to go right here. Okay, I like that. Then we're going to put adhesive on our pots. Oops. There's one. Get rid of the spider webs. Okay. Excuse me. I'm going to grab my mini glue dots. And I'm going to roll one up, make a little booger out of it. And that's going to go for our bow on the pot. And then I'm going to do another one for this one. And that's going to go right on the bow. And we're going to grab the Wink of Stella. Shake, shake, shake. Because Wink of Stella goes on everything. And there are some people that tell me that they use it more because I have started them on it. All right, so that is good. Then we're going to do the inside of the card. Now, we are going to do Help Me Grow, and that is going to go, You Help Me Grow. And I'm just going to put that right there. And close that up. And then I'm actually going to use mini glue dots to put that in here. Now, if you didn't do that on the inside of your card, that is okay, because I didn't do my table pieces like that. I did this in my original one, and then when I was doing my table pieces, I was like, screw that, I'm too tired, I want to go to bed. Okay, so we're just going to put that right there. So there is a little bit of dimension on that. And then we're going to put that on the inside of the card. This is kind of like my favorite kind of cards. Then you don't have to write on it on the inside. So I am not... Oh, there's a little bit of something there. Hopefully I can get that off. If not, you're going to have to live with it. Yep, it's probably from my fingers somehow. Okay, so what do you think of card number 6? This is technically card number 2. Thank you very much, Maria. That was very nice. So this is card number 6. Technically tonight it's card number 2. But for winner purposes, it's card number 6. So then that way I know which ones to pick. Ooh, 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 ooh. The gems are sitting right there. Like, use me, use me. I colored these in a Flirty Flamingo because these are what the pots, or the flowers are on the inside of the card are used for. And where did I put that? Oh yeah, right up there. Top at the top. Okay, so that is our card number 6. Thank you, Tina, very much. I'm glad you enjoyed it. You and your daughter are going to love the ones for the virtual event too. So, okay, so now this is, I'm going to put it on the pot because the ones, so this is another one of the color, because I chose, let's see, this is the same one, and then here's the other one. So this is the one that I did as an example, okay, and I just did it tonight because this one has the splatter on it. This is also one that people made because I mixed up the colors of the Designer Series paper. And then here is the one using the pecan pie and the crumb cake on it. So even though we used Early Espresso, it's on the Early Espresso color, it showed up nicely. So the winner will get this one. Okay, so glad you liked that one too. And so that's number 6. 2 number 6s. Okay. So then let's take this one, just so I have. All right. The next one, I'm going to put all that in the same place. And I'll clean everything up and put my bins back together and start all over again. Because like I said, I'm using the same. Now, when we do virtual events, we focus on the dies, and we have the dies. And so we don't stamp any images, and if you have the stamp set, you can use it. But when you do the virtual, we want it so that you guys can use whatever you own. So you can add whatever greetings you have. It doesn't have to be exactly like ours. I know that for when I do my cards, I tend to use a lot of the same. So like if I, like this card, this was number 6. I used the greetings that were in this specific card. Now sometimes I may not like the card, or for what I'm doing, I might want a different greeting, and so then I will bring in another, but I try to stay with the same grouping, and then that way I don't know what I'm trying to say. I don't want you to feel like you need to own everything in order to make our cards, is what I'm trying to say. Okay, I'm going to flip this over so it can dry. Okay, so we're going to go on card number 7. And card number 7 is our 3rd card tonight. And we are featuring Delicate Whispers. And then I brought in Scalloped Blooms because I wanted to do a card. When I do cards for events, I want to make it so that somebody can use it. And I want to have greetings in there that if somebody's not crafty and they don't own a stamp, I want the winner to be able to use it. And it's like, if it said, let's see, you're kind, well, that could be a thank you. Let's see, you're a blessing to me. Now, somebody might need a card who's not crafty, but maybe they want it to be a thank you card. So they would have to use it for somebody who's a blessing. So you know what I mean. Hopefully you understand what I'm trying to say. It's like, ugh. And then here is what it looks like when it comes up. Scalloped Blooms is part of a bundle. And here is the designer series paper that coordinates with it. And so these are all standalones, and these were stamped images, and then some of those dies actually cut out the designer series paper. So as you can tell, there are 2 small flowers and a big flower. There's the small flower and a big flower. So once you run out of the designer series paper, you can stamp them and color them yourself. And so that's, I love it when Stampin' Up! Does that. Okay, so again, like I said, this is the 3rd card for the night, and this was table number 7 at the event, so that's why I'm labeling it number 7. Okay, here is, because this is what it looks like, and the Delicate Dreams. This is a fun fold, and it's kind of a simple fun fold, but it's easy to recreate, and I hope that you enjoyed it. Okay, so I scored the designer series paper, and hopefully, thank you. I saw that heart go by, or thumbs up. Oh, it's a heart. It's a heart. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, so I'm just going to line up my corners together and grab my bone folder and just give that a nice crease. Ooh, there we go. Now, when you do a card like this, and you want to recreate it, make sure that the inside is, if it's directional, you want to make sure you have it in the right direction. I don't know. Let's see. I want to use this side and this side. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I am going to attach So what it's going to do, it's going to hug. Okay, it's going to go in like this. Okay, so I want this side to have the adhesive. And so I'm going to go all the way down. Very good adhesive because it's sticking to my fingers. And then put that in the corner. If I need to trim some off, then I'll trim some off. I'm not picky. Okay. Yes, I am. And then it moved. Come on. All right, come on, let's go. I told you it's being sticky today. Ooh. Okay, let's see if I got it up enough. There we go. Get over there. Good enough for me. Okay, so there's one. And now we're going to do the other one. Okay. So, which side? Ooh. That's pretty. I like all the copper and bronze in there. All right. Yeah, I love the colors as well. I like Designer Series paper that uses colors that I don't always use. And I like blue, but I would have to say that it's not something that I excessively use. I love neutrals, and I would have to say I love Crumb Cake, and I love Gray Granite, and but I love flowers. And people who have said there are too many flower sets, I'm sorry for you. There was a lady yesterday that had an issue with our cards, and this is something I've never ever heard. And she had an issue with all the pink that was being used. And I'm sorry. Pink is not your favorite color. Make the card, send it to someone. I can't do that, she says. Okay. Sorry, can't help you. And that is like that. So that's what I did. Is I'm going to tie my bow on the left hand side. So I made sure that my ends are matching over here. So then now I can add my adhesive and she was not liking, she was linking the coral, like Flirty Flamingo, in with pink. I'm sorry, that's not pink, it's coral. But she didn't like that. I'm like, well, do you want to make goth cards? I mean, black and red are my favorite colors. But I'm not going to sit there and say, well, I can't use blue because I don't like blue. I like blue. I love blue. God made all the colors to be loved. All right, this is Gray Granite. And I am stamping this on here. No, I'm not. I am stamping it on here. Now, if she would have said, I don't like all the flowers, I would have. I don't think there was a lot of flowers. But I've said this before. Stampin' Up! Said that the top sellers are all the flower sets. That's why there are so many flowers. Because they were actually asked that by, I don't know, maybe some demonstrators, maybe some customers. Okay, so these are the colors that we're using. And I'm having an issue with this because it's way too much on there. And we're just going to take another piece of our paper. It's very distracting to me, and I have an issue with that, so. Okay. She wasn't a flower person either? Tina, you know exactly who I was talking about, huh? That is okay, Sherry. I am always there to help anybody. Hey, I literally tore one person's card apart because she adhered the wrong thing to the wrong spot, and let's see. There was a card by Heidi that had a pink background, and then it had the swirls in it, and she pointed that one first, and then she said other things, and I heard her talking to Heidi, who's the person that puts the event on. She's in charge, and then another person, and this is, I think, the first time she's been there. And okay, so I have Hydrangea Hue, Secret Sea, and Mossy Meadow. I'm going to take a seat. Now, this I stamped in gray granite, and I didn't really have any bleeding problems. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do my greens first, and let's see, I think I had 2 Mossy Meadows because I wanted people to be able to do things. So I'm just going to do my leaves. And there's really not a lot of coloring. It's more like drawing, what's the, kind of like, you know, drawing stripes. But there's not a lot of shading. And I just colored out of the lines, and you know what? Nobody's gonna notice. And this color actually dries a lot lighter. But it looks very nice once it's done. Okay, I think I got all the greens. All right, snap that lid back on, and I am going to do the, I'm going to do the light hydrangea. I'm going to do, yeah. This is kind of like dotting color on here because the item is so tiny. Oh, I missed a green. I'm gonna come back in and get it because otherwise I'll forget. Oh, that's not. Ah, there's a little one right there. I think I got them all now. Okay, so I was using the light, and But I provided the dark hydrangea hue with this one too, just so that people didn't have to wait too long to color. And then I'm going to take the light Secret Sea and we're just going to put a dot in the center of the flower and at the base of that one. Okay. And I'll bring that up. Yeah. She was pointing out the camera card and I said, "That's coral." And she was like, yeah, she just was, I think she just wanted to complain because she was with Navon and Navon was not having a good day either. She goes, "Apparently I talk too much." And she goes like this. Okay, so what we're going to do is we need to know where to put our greeting, because when I went and recreated my cards for my table pieces, I did the inside first, not knowing that I would have to kind of push this up more. I was kind of being a doorknob. So, glue booger. Oh, where did that go here? Let's get that off, because we want to do the greeting for the inside of the card, but we don't want it to be, I want it to be hidden. So there we go, and there we go. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to tape this, and so if you do a card like this again, just move that to the side like that, so that way you know you have the perimeters. Oh, I did not get everything. There we go. You have, you don't want to go outside this height. So I'm just going to leave that there while I get my happy birthday out. And tap, tap in gray granite. And then we're going to move this over. And now that I moved that out of the way, we know that it's about right there. Yeah. Yeah, Dawn. And now that piece didn't go through, so we're going to go and flip it over. But at least we know to go inside. Toot, toot, toot. About right there. Much better. Okay, cool. Now, this little flower is going to go on the inside. And this one, oh yeah, I provided strips, and they just stamped "Hello Friend," and then used the, I'm going to close that up. Oops, stick my finger in the ink pad. Okay, so we're going to close that up. Oh, we're going to use those again. Yep. And I just want to kind of put that on there. Yep, it's going to get covered. So that's what it's going to be. Okay, cool. We got to color this. And then we're going to use the 3 banner punch. And pop. There we go. That's our banner. And then we can use this side again. So I'm just going to snip that off. And this will go into my white scrap bin. I used a lot of my scraps for these cards. Okay, so now I'm going to color again. I'm just going to sit down for a few seconds. We're going to take the dark nib tip and we're just going to kind of brush away from the center. Okay, like that. And then we're going to use the light and just get the outside edges. And then one little dot for the secret C. Okay, then this is going to go on the inside of the card. Okay, like that. Okay, so then we're going to take our bow and we're going to make a bow. Where did that come from? Ooh. Throw that away because I don't need it on my fingers. Somebody asked if they needed to trim that, and I said if you want to, if it gets when you tie it and it gets frayed, go ahead, tear that off or snip it. But I wanted to give everybody enough ribbon so that they can tie it. Okay, so this is going to go on here, and I'm going to place dimensionals on one side. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this right here so I know where to stick them. I'm actually going to stick it to the Designer Series paper, and that way I can see better. Okay, so we're going to put one right there, one down here, and one right at the center. Okay, stab and grab those backings. And then now, when we post this on here, it's going to allow us to open the card. I want it even. And I think we're even. So there we go. And then this is going to go on dimensionals as well. Stab and grab those backings. No, you go in the trash. No running away. And this is going to go right here. And I'm using the point of the banner to use that to hit my, so it hangs over so I know where to go. So that's where it's stopping. Okay, and then now we're going to put on the gems, which I colored in dark hydrangea hue. And I'm going to put that right in the corner here so that, come on, when it opens, you can still see that. And then this one is going to go right here on the hello. And this one is going to go right up there. So we're creating that triangle. Okay. So again, this is card number 7, and it is our 3rd card for the evening. And so we're going to clean up. What do you think? Okay. And at the end, I'm going to ask you which one you like the best. And so you're going to have to vote. Okay. Everything is clean. And this kind of has a green tint to it, which you would not think that a neutral would dye something, you know, green. But according to, you know, what the color it is, there must be some type of green in the coloring of gray granite. Oh, that's the reason why I'm having an issue. It's because I can't, there we go. Things are not set in the proper spot. Okay. So that's card number 7. And this one is the one that somebody's going to win. There we go. That's my sample. One last card. And card number 8, which is Rolling Waves. And this is a bundle from the March online exclusives. And this is what it looks like and what it comes with. These pieces here make this here. So thank you very much, Dawn. So I just kind of wanted to show what you can do with this stamp set. And you can do things with this intermittently. So this piece right here matches up right there with the die that we did not use yesterday. And so this right here matches up with that. This doesn't match up with anything, so you just stick it wherever you want. So these are standalone dies, and these you can stamp and the dies cut them out. This one, there's no stamps for it, and then here are the greetings. So I really love this stamp set. And somebody asked me yesterday if I like the ocean, and I really have a hard time. I really kind of didn't answer, and I kind of looked at her, and she said, well, I remember you using like the lobsters and the crab, and so we have Golden Glow, Barely Blush, and Crisp Cantaloupe, and then we'll be using Crumb Cake, Coastal Cabana, and Azure Afternoon. So I kind of looked, and I'm like, well, you know, when I see something, it has to hit me, and in a certain way that I want to buy it. And if I can't, so today I looked at the new September to December catalog, and I had to kind of think of things in terms of what I can do at an event with it, and if it would do me well, if I would be, because this set, I I really liked it. But I did not think of what I was doing when I was, oh, good, thank you, Sherry. What I was doing to myself prepping this stuff. So we're going to do some stuff, and I'm just going to show you, and just to let you know, this card for the virtual is something totally different. All my virtual cards are different, but it's just totally different. This is a piece of foam. This is another piece of foam. And this is another piece of foam. So you can color those however you want and make it work. And I've done different cards with this particular set. And I can find some at the end just to kind of show you different ways. This is sand. Sand. Easy. Easy peasy. And this is, let's see, what was I doing with this? This is the inside of the card. And foam. No. All foam. Inside. This one we're going to work with first. We're going to color with blending brushes. Okay, so crisp cantaloupe. We're going to grab some color, and we're going to just start right here. And you can, I've done this in a couple Facebook Lives, just because I wanted to show people at the event that don't watch my Facebook Lives, you know, different ways to do things. And this is Barely Blush. And we're going to flip this one around. There's no right way or wrong way to do this particular technique. You can put your color on as light or as dark as you want. This is a very light color, so I'm just trying to make it go as dark. And you can also put kind of blotches on there, because this is going to give it, it's going to give it texture. This is going to be for our seashells. I didn't want to have one color for seashells, because that would be boring in my opinion. All right, this is very light. Okay, I think we're good. We can always add more color. Okay, and this one is Golden Glow. And we'll just start off in the center, grabbing some color. And you can blend it into the next one if you want a little bit more. Okay, I think that works for me. And every time you do this, it's going to be different. Now you could do this with snowflakes, you could do this with moons. Yeah, lots of fun. Okay, we're going to get our foam out, because we're done with these colors and the brushes. So we'll put those away. And we're going to put our the dies on here, just like that. We'll decide where I want them to go. So what end? Okay, I'm going to grab the Stampin' Cut Emboss machine. We're going to do the little guy. I was so hoping that this was going to create the crack. The San Andreas fault still exists on my Stampin' Cut Emboss machine. On both the top and the bottom. I was hoping one of these would break so that I could get out my new ones, but no. Okay, so actually what I did was, this is the plate 1. So what I did is I put a line on here so that I could tell the people to line up the bottom plate with the line and the top plate with the bottom plate so that it makes a number 3. Some people got it, some people did not, and that's okay. I don't mind showing people. All right, so we're just going to put that on there and line that up, because when you have the small one, it needs to stagger. And I'm aware that I normally go this way with my, but that's just because I got stuff sitting over here. I wasn't thinking. All right. And then I just put that like this when I'm done. And it holds. And so I'm going to grab the paper out. And if you have a glass mat, sometimes this works, sometimes it doesn't. Nope, it doesn't want to. So grab the people poker and punch all the holes out. And if you want, you can take a dryer sheet and run it on your cardstock before you put it in, and it makes it so it doesn't stick. I do that a lot. Just fold up a dryer sheet in quarters, and then, I mean, I literally rub it on the cardstock. I don't rub it on the die. And it helps put that kind of waxy thing on it so that these guys pop out like so easy. And see how we have different things with different colors and little variations of. Okay, so this is going to go back in the bin because I don't want to lose it. And now we're going to show you how to color the foam. All right, I'm going to take a drink here. I have a spicy lime margarita. Oh, boy. A spicy lime margarita. Okay. Just a tiny bit of jalapeno in there. And not too much, because I'm a very big wimp when it comes to flavor and spices. And let's see, where did our sand? It is in crumb cake. So you stamp the sand and then you stamp off. Stamp the sand, then stamp off. Stamp the sand, stamp off. And just do this wherever you want. And there we go. Sand. And then we're going to stamp. We're going to leave this open, but we're going to put this away for just a moment, just in case I feel the need to dump it in there. We're going to grab the greeting and put that in Azure Afternoon. And that is right here. Just tap, tap, tap. And we're going to put that closer to the right-hand side, because we're going to make a label. A banner. Okay. And then also, seeing as how this little bugger's open right now, this is Azure Afternoon. I am going to actually add some drops to it. See how it's sinking in? It means it's a thirsty stamp, and it was well used yesterday. So we're just putting some drops on there, and I think that's good enough for now. You can take a spoon if you want and move it back and forth. You can also use the nose of your re-inker to make sure that it's equally rubbed in, and that I use, this is a Baskin-Robbins foam, Baskin-Robbins spoon, and so there's no edges on it so that it won't rip your pad, and that's what I use. So let's see, it might be darker. We'll see. It's not, it wasn't bad or anything. I just wanted to show there's a difference between re-inking something and settling for something that's okay. I like my ink pads juicier than dry. Okay, then we're going to close that up. And we're going to grab that sand. That's going to go right there. A little bit there, and a little bit there. And close that up for now. And there's a star. Okay. And then I'm going to take this and line that up so that there's a center line going up. Oops, I moved it. This is how I like to do my banners because I'm not good at figuring out the half of it and then driving up my scissors, to the proper place, because I would always do it lopsided, and I would be snipping this off, snipping this off, snipping this off, to the point where I was to my greeting and there was no point. So I figured out a way to do this that works for me. So hopefully, if somebody's like me, they need an area to drive to with their scissors that guide them. See? Much easier for me. Okay, snip that off, and we're done with this for now. Okay, and now we're gonna grab the Stampin' Pearson mat, and we're gonna start with this one. This one, we need Coastal Cabana, and let's see, Coastal Cabana, where are you? Right there. I re-inked this one up yesterday as well, but I could see the area in the center is a little bit needy, so we're just, woo, that just is going in really quick. So that means a lot of color was used yesterday. Okay, that's good. I think it's very well evenly okay. That's good. Wipe off the snows. Snows? It snows of the snout. It says snows. So it's a nose and a snows. A nose and a snout. All right. Darker color at the edge. And then coming over and doing lighter color through the edge and leaving some of that white down here, okay? Then we're going to leave this open and just over there. We're going to take this one, and where's the base of our card? We're going to move that off. This is Coastal Cabana, and it is opening at the top, okay? We're going to take, this one is distinctive. You want it to you don't want to squish all the way in. You want it to have various shades of color, okay? So you can move it like that. You can move it like that. You can go like this, go like that, and go like that. So different shapes, okay? There's still technically some color on there. So we're going to take this one. Where's the other one? Right here. We're going to take this one, the skinny one, and go into our Azure Afternoon. And this is called the kissing technique. Stamp it on your stamp, and then you're going to push that down on your foam. All the way around. Okay, there's our foam. Then you're going to take the Costa Cabana and go, let's see. Ah, gosh darn it, I did the wrong one. Oh well, it'll be fine. I was like, why isn't it not working out the way I want it to? I think we're gonna redo that because it's gonna bother me. There we go. Now, okay, and then take the same thing and dip it in the Costa Cabana, kiss it on that, and we're going to do the inside of the card so it has some texture in there. Okay, and then we're going to do this one over because I don't want to, oh, might as well just leave that. Close this up for now. And actually, we're going to take this one, grab some Costa Cabana, and swirl it on here. Isn't that pretty? Woohoo! All right. Close that up for now. And then I'm just going to cut a piece of that in white. Grab our rolling waves. And I have a scrap, I think, big enough. Alright, and then we're going to take, see, I didn't clean my mess. This was when I was prepping. I had to do this 64 times. Because I prepped for 60 kits, and then 3 for each of the tables, and then 1 for the Facebook Live. Okay, we're leaving that one alone. Oh yeah, put that back so that it goes in the right bin. That one we're tossing because I don't want that one. And then we're going to grab the silicone craft sheet, and we're going to put that right there. And then we're going to grab the adhesive, And this one doesn't match up, so separate. Just set it wherever you want. Okay. And then this one, I'm just going to put adhesive on the back side of this one. Well, good. I'm glad it turned out for you. Okay. Wink of Stella. I'll put that on after we get everything on. Okay, so we're going to put adhesive on the back side here of our sand. And we're going to put that at an angle. Okay, and then we're going to put this at an angle. Okay, and then we're going to snip. Sorry, Sherry, I really had a hard time trying to write the instructions and make it short enough that people would actually read them. Because a lot of us demonstrators, when we go to like convention, they have make and takes and they have instructions. Do you know how many of them follow the written instructions? Not many. Not many. So I know what's going on. Okay. So then now we are going to use the, there it is, the Azure Afternoon, and we're going to put the inside on here, and it's going to say, hope your day is perfect, and that's going to go right up there. Okay, and then we're going to close that up. Okay, good to hear. Let's see here. We need the Barely Blush. It's a slightly bit off center, but that's okay. I mean, it's not perfectly straight. Oh well. And then, let's see here. I need more sand. Sand. Okay, so I'm going to stamp sand here, and then stamp off, and then stamp off. Okay, and then we are going to attach the inside. And that's going to go right here. Okay. And then we're going to put dimensionals on this one. Oh, really? Oh, I don't want to make you feel bad that you made your card wrong. Yeah, I love the beach too. I don't like being hot. And I have to say that, you know, I was talking to my gynecologist ever since I went through chemo and radiation, I don't cool down. And she's, with the hot flashes, and she's like, well, that's, part of that could be menopause. And I don't like being hot. And when I was going through chemo, I couldn't warm up. I was always cold. But I would prefer to be cold because I can warm up. Whereas, like, I'm at work, there's only so much I can take off. And I work partly in a warehouse, and it does not have, because our doors open up, and so it's warmer back there. Okay. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to decide what card, or what shells I want. So I think, that I'm going to use mini glue dots just because it might be less work for me to do tonight rather than, okay. And then I'm going to take that shell, or that starfish, and I'm going to stick them under the foam there. And this guy, it's going to go kind of like that. And then, uh-oh, I tore off his leg. I ripped off his foot. So that part is going to go under the sand, and nobody will know. I have fingernails, dang nabbit. There we go. Oops. You just may take your pick tool, I guess. There we go. He's sticking out. Okay. Then this guy is going to go right there. And roll that. Let's see, which one of you? I think I'm going to put this one over here and this one down here. Okay, and this guy, well, that's not right. That one's right there. I guess we'll just grab that one. Okay, then, yeah, you're right, the little bits make the card, but wait until you add the Wink of Stella to them. Okay, now that little guy is all happy as a clam, and the Wink of Stella makes the card, actually. Okay, so here we go. Oh, the bits. Where are my... So these are from the Pearls of Beauty, which are from the November online exclusive. They are still around. You are correct, Tina. It is not. Okay. So we're going to put the big one, and these guys have kind of like an iridescence-ness to them. Almost like a shell. And we're going to put the one up there. Normally, my darker ones are down at the bottom, but that fits up in there in the sand so much better. And that is going to go right at the end of the wave. So it's creating that triangle, so that's visually pleasing. And where's my lid? There it is. Okay, and then, now the Wink of Stella. Doo-doo-doo. Now we're going to grab the messy background, and we're going to do the Wink of Stella on all the starfish. I was telling somebody yesterday at the event that I need to buy more Wink of Stella because I took out the last one of my drawer and this is it. So anytime I go to a different color, I wipe it off. And then now we're going to hit the ones at the top there, but we're not going to try to grab the other color because we don't want it to bleed it. Okay, so what do you think? Hoping your day is perfect. Now this one, we're just going to swipe some glitterness, just because, you know, the last card was, there we go. So hopefully it will have some glitterness to it. Okay. So if you watched the whole thing, thank you. If you came in doing half of it, thank you. So this is technically card number 8. So it was table number 8. Okay, and then this one is number 7, and then this one is number 6, and so I'm just labeling in the table number. These are not, I did not show 8 cards tonight. These were just the table numbers. So that's the inside of the card of table number 5. And I used the embossing folder. So this is the Moonlit Flora Suite Collection. I did use some of the Designer Series paper, but not much. And this is Help Me Grow. This is an online exclusive. That's number 6. Using also the Designer Series paper. Called Wood Grain Wonders. It's from the March online exclusive that actually went into the catalog. That's going to be coming up in September, which I was very surprised at. And then number 6 is your fave. Okay, thank you, Dawn. And then this is the inside of that card. Thank you very much, Sherry. Sherry went to the event. Now, let's see. Let's move these up. You love them all. I appreciate that. Thank you. Let's tie this back into a bow. Voting number 8. Okay, awesome. Now, Maria, where do you live? Where are you from? You love the beach one too? Okay, thank you. Barb is from California. And the other girls, they're from Minnesota. We don't have any. Well, we have beaches here. We just don't have, oceans. We have Lake Superior. Okay, so if you want to get a chance to win one of these cards, even if you made them, Temecula, California? Cool. So, if you want to get a chance to win one of these cards, all you have to do is a thumbs up or heart. That gets your name entered into the drawing. Then, if you leave a comment, all you have to do is that, get your name in the drawing. And then, if you share this on your timeline, that actually gets you 2 drawings, or 2 enters into the drawing. Now, you can win even if you didn't watch the live. So if you are able to see this on a replay within the 30 days of it being made, so today happens to be the 19th, it has 30 days to live. And then Facebook deletes all the Facebook Lives. So 30 days later. And so within those 30 days, if you watch the replay, you still get a chance to win. So I just don't want you to feel like, oh, I have to watch I only have to watch the live. Now, I don't pick the lives off the photos. I did once because I kind of missed the, Teresa, hey, welcome. This was from the event yesterday. So card number 5, which is number 1 that we did tonight. This is a fun fold using the Moonlit Flora. And this is a fun fold using Help Me Grow. And this is a fun fold. I just tied the little bugger here. You can see the sample. This is a fun fold as well, using the Delicate Dreams, which is an online exclusive. And then we use the Rolling Waves, which is also an online exclusive. And so these cards were made at the event yesterday. And so I'm just giving everybody a chance to vote, and so that they get a chance to win the card. So now that you're seeing this, Teresa, you can get a chance to win. So you can do the thumbs up or a heart that gets your name entered. You can leave a comment. Which one's your favorite, Teresa? That will actually get you into the drawing as well. And share this on your timeline if you want. That also gets you 2 entries. And then if I pick someone's name as the winner for card number 1, I take that name out because I want everybody to get a chance to win these cards. So guys, I want to say thank you so much. And if you watch the replay, I thank you as well too. Whoever places orders with me, I'm so much appreciative. Go to my YouTube page. I have 87 followers, and that is Joy A. Borwedge. And I'd like to get up to 100. So do the thumbs up, do the heart there as well, whatever. Leave a comment. Now, I don't pick winners from there just because that's a lot for me to do right now. I don't have the capabilities of doing Facebook and YouTube at the same time. Maybe if I get enough followers and enough viewers, that might stimulate me to do that. But right now, when I get 5 people, 10 people watching, I need it to go more in order to be able to do something like that. And it's techie, and then I would have to have somebody show me how to do that. All right, guys, thank you so much for helping me out through this process. Like I said, this is Facebook Live number 503. So it's been a while. Take care, guys. I'll hopefully be back on Thursday. Have a great week, and happy stamping.